The Lord of the Rings franchise, created by J.R.R. Tolkien, is both a literary and cinematic classic. The endearing high fantasy story has immersed its viewers into the world of Middle-earth, along the way introducing us to a diverse characters of hobbits, elves, wizards, and everything in between. With the 3 Lord of the Rings movies, fans have grown attached to the epic battles, beloved characters, and incredible storytelling. So much so that many fans will watch multiple times. Thankfully, each film has an extended edition to give even more depth to the story that we all know and love. Welcome to Movie Secrets, and in this video we will be exploring the top 10 extended and deleted scenes from The Lord of the Rings. Number 10. Gifts from Galadriel. In the first Lord of the Rings movie, Fellowship of the Ring, the viewers are introduced to the Ring, which brings together the Hobbit Frodo Baggins and his 8 companions as they seek to destroy its all-too-powerful existence. Among the many memorable scenes we see in this film, one special moment from the extended cut stands out the most. Before the parting feast, the Elven Queen Galadriel gives the Fellowship gifts such as elven cloaks, rope, and brooches to help aid them in their journey. She most notably also presents each member with a special gift as well, with Aragorn receiving a special dagger, to Legolas a new bow, and to Frodo the Phial of Galadriel. In the extended version of this scene, we also learn that Gimli asked Lady Galadriel for one single strand of golden hair to remember her beauty by, but she sees the pureness of his heart and instead gives him 3. And this prompts a shot of Legolas looking at him and smiling, as if to reconsider that dwarves and elves could be friends after all.
I give you the light of Eärendil, our most beloved star.
Number 9. The Mouth of Sauron. In The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King deleted scene, the fandom meets on screen the Mouth of Sauron, who is the Dark Lord's servant and emissary. In a grueling standoff, the creepy and mysterious character is seen taunting Gandalf, Aragorn, and Pippin, even going so far as to ask them to dine with him under his master's great power. This deleted scene is so amazingly evil as he leads them to believe Frodo has died by presenting his mithril shirt. The mocking continues, and the emotion in this cut swells even further, with Pippin almost being moved to tears, until Aragorn rides forward and beheads the Blacktooth emissary, thus ending negotiations and beginning the Battle of the Black Gate.
We do not come to treat with Sauron, faithless and accursed.
Number 8. Aragorn's Age Reveal. A hidden gem in the extended edition of The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers is the surprising age reveal of Aragorn. Over a bowl of particularly bad stew, Aragorn is asked by Éowyn if he fought in a war with her grandfather, a rumor she finds nearly impossible. But in a shocking turn of events, Aragorn reveals that he did indeed ride with her grandfather, and that he was older than him too. Aragorn then announces that he is 87 years old, much to the disbelief of Éowyn and all viewers watching. And it is quite hard to imagine Aragorn, played by Viggo Mortensen, as anything less than a younger man, don't you think?
My uncle told me a strange thing. He said that you rode to war with Thengel, my grandfather. But he must be mistaken.
Number 7. Saruman's Death. Contrary to the original story, Saruman has a much more tragic end according to the deleted scene of The Return of the King. As Gandalf and his gang beg Saruman to come down from his tower and guide them with the information he knows, he refuses, nastily berating his opponents, which results in the destruction of his staff. Saruman's servant, Grima Wormtongue, appears, and Theoden begs for him to remember himself as a man of Rohan. Saruman strikes down Grima, and just as our heroes are beginning to get information from Saruman, Grima stabs him several times, leading him to fall to a very gruesome death. This calm before the storm is a huge part of the plot and an unfortunate cut from the film, as it explains the eventual demise of Saruman from the movies, a disappearance many fans were quite confused about until they later saw the extended edition of the film. Number 6. Gandalf telling the Fellowship about Mithril. As Gandalf leads the Fellowship through Moria in this extended edition scene, he explains the major significance of Mithril and that Bilbo was given a Mithril shirt from Thorin Oakenshield. He goes on to state that the wealth of Moria came not from gold, but from mithril, and the shirt given to Bilbo was worth 10 times more than the whole Shire. The look on the Fellowship's faces is priceless as they are delivered this information. Unknowingly to the entire Fellowship, though, Frodo was currently wearing Bilbo's mithril shirt that would later go on to save his life in Balin's tomb. A special detail in the scene is the slight mention to Thorin, adding an Easter egg connection between The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Blade can pierce it.
Number 5. Boromir's flashback. In an extended scene of the Two Towers film, a flashback is shown of Boromir delivering a passionate speech about how their kingdom will reign victorious as he reclaims Osgiliath. The onlookers cheer with glee and celebrate with drinks, in which Boromir and his younger brother share. Then their father joins the celebration to Boromir's surprise. His father is harder on his younger brother and adds a great deal of pressure to Boromir as he tells him that they must act fast because the One Ring has fallen into the wrong hands. This scene is Final Cut material as it truly helps humanize the particularly tough exterior of Boromir and shows how he became who he was in the film.
Always you cast a poor reflection on me.
That is not my intent.
Number 4. Legolas and Gimli's final tally at Helm's Deep. In this both lighthearted and gruesome deleted scene from the Two Towers, Legolas and Gimli compare the numbers of Uruk-hai they killed after the Battle of Helm's Deep. Legolas, known for his bow and arrow skills, proved he was just as skilled as axeman Gimli in battle as he boasts his body count of 42. Gimli then states that he killed 43. To further step away from being pegged as the weaker prince, he shoots the man still twitching that Gimli is sitting on. The two men argue over who killed him first, giving us the too memorable to be cut line, "He was already dead cause he's got my axe in his nervous system." The playful banter between these two was a missed aspect that can be further enjoyed if you can find the extended scenes.
Final counts. 42.
42. Oh.
Number 3. Aragorn challenges Sauron. In the extended scenes of The Return of the King, we get to witness an intense mental standoff between Aragorn and Sauron. In this scene, Aragorn picks up and masters the Palantir, but this is greatly disturbed when he finds that Sauron is speaking to him through it and prophesizing the death of his lover, Arwen. After seeing this, Aragorn's necklace, the Arwen Evenstar, shatters as he steps away from the Palantir in shock. This scene furthers the love story between the two and only heightens the intensity leading into the Battle of the Black Gate. Number 2. Gothmog's death. Gothmog is known for his deformed face and unwavering evil leadership over his army. He has many memorable scenes throughout the Battle of Minas Tirith, but in the theatrical release we were left to imagine what his ultimate fate was. In the extended edition of The Return of the King, as the Battle of Minas Tirith rages on, we see Eowyn calling out for Merry on the grounds. Gothmog sees her crawling away and begins hobbling forward in an attempt to kill her. He finds a mace and raises it to strike her down when, just at the right time, Aragorn and Gimli come charging in and finish off Gothmog with some style. Aragorn cutting off his arm and Gimli dual-wielding axes into his chest was a very satisfying way to see this agent of evil meet his demise. Number 1. Gandalf's battle with the Witch King. One of the most upsetting cuts in Lord of the Rings is the scene of Gandalf's battle with the Witch King. In Return of the King, this nail-biter standoff with one of the scariest villains of the franchise is perfect from beginning to end. The scene shows the brewing of one powerful fight between Gandalf the White and the leader of Nazguls. The Witch King threatens death to his opponent and reveals his true power as a follower of Sauron. He raises his sword and summons the Dark Lord's power, which breaks Gandalf's staff and knocks him to the ground. With one final chilling line, he hints that he knows Gandalf's true purpose for being sent back to Middle-earth, and tells him that he has failed and that the world of men will fall. And although no one is killed, their fight is ultimately interrupted by the dramatic entrance of the Riders of Rohan led by King Theoden in what is arguably the most epic cinematic battle scenes of all time. As much as we wish these scenes could have been in their respective movies, for fans of the franchise, watching extended and deleted scenes rekindles that love for The Lord of the Rings all over again. Do you have a favorite scene? Tell us about it in the comments below. To see one of our most recent videos, click here. And while you're at it, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any more movie secrets.